All right, what's up, guys? I have seen on a lot of forums here lately that people are chiming in and saying they had been previously charged and convicted of a felony, and they wanted to know two things. Thing number one is, what should they do about firearms? And thing number two is, would somebody accept them into a group? So let's start with the firearms issue. There are some states like Texas that after 5 years of being a felon, they will allow you to own a gun. So if I were, which I am not, but if I were, and I would probably move to Texas. But secondly, I guess the most important part of this is, no, I would not chase after trying to own a gun. I realize that guns are a big part of being a prepper because security is one of the most important parts of it. But what I would do is I would use the money that most people, because most people in prepping are gun preppers, right? They buy all the guns, they buy all the gear, they buy all the ammo because that's cool. And they forget to buy the food, they forget to buy the tools because that's not as cool. So what I would do is I would use the money that you would have used on guns and gear for those guns, and I would pick a hobby that would benefit you in another group. One of those would be medical, right? If you could get in the medical field somehow, voluntary firefighter or something, and learn medical, start taking medical classes, buying a lot of medical gear, basically being a dang hospital, right? That would be big. Learning construction, learning how to be a bladesmith. Those things can really help you out and be very useful to a group where I can take you and in a week teach you to be very proficient with a gun after the balloon has went up. But I can't take you and teach you how to frame a house in that same week. I can't take you and teach you how to be a butcher and take care of animals or be a gardener or be a medic. I can't teach you any of that in that same week. But just mark this, I can teach you in a week to be very proficient with the firearm and very deadly with one, okay? And so, bootlegging it and trying to get one, while I absolutely understand that, you can't train with it. You can't go to anybody's class with it. So, that's up to you, if you got one that you've hidden somewhere. But that wouldn't be my goal. My goal would not be to chase after the gun. My goal would be to chase after a skill that was useful, okay? Now, secondly, would somebody let you into a group? I would, because here's why. People don't understand this. My time in law enforcement and then my time owning a business in construction, I have been able to see a lot of different people who were felons. And not all felonies are created the same, right? I've met people who were felons because they didn't pay child support. I've met people that were felons because they got a DWI. I've met people that were felons because of just bad luck, okay? They're not rapists, they're not murderers, they're not evil people. So not all felonies are created the same. And as a matter of fact, there are a vast majority of felons that they're fine. Had they not had that and not been caught in their 15 minutes, or their bad 15 minutes of life, they'd be fine. You'd be just like you and me, and you'd never even know the difference, right? As a matter of fact, pretty much everybody has committed a felony at some point in time. You just didn't get caught doing it. So anyway, I would absolutely take them in. If they were a murderer or a rapist or a dope head, yeah, I probably wouldn't take those guys in. I'd probably do a little research on them if they found out that they were a felon. But overall, would I take them in? Yes, I would take them in, especially if they were, did they have a year's worth of food for themselves? Did they have a year's worth of food for somebody else? Did they have tools? Did they have a skill? Are they a medic? Are they a carpenter? Are they a bladesmith? All of this stuff would play into my decision to, yes, absolutely take them in. So anyway, just because you don't understand somebody's situation and what they've been through, or especially the law, that doesn't mean that they're a bad person, doesn't mean that they're an evil person. It just means they got caught in a bad 15 minutes of their life. So take that into consideration. But anyway, guys, ponder on it.